When we don't have the option to choose, or we haven't been given the opportunity to share, to choose, to even think about what our needs are, and we don't have that practice, it is going to be very hard for us, for you, to know what it is you want. So how are you then expected to be able to share that to other people? Welcome back to the Empowered with Immigrant Parents podcast. I am your host and your coach, Allison Lee, and our goal here is to empower you to unlock your fullest potential by reparenting yourself, reprogramming your thoughts, letting go of the negative self-talk and the negative beliefs you have about you and what you are able to do. So thank you for joining me today. I had posted a question box on Instagram in the past about what questions you want me to answer on the podcast, and some of the followers posted several questions, so I want to get to them today. Today we're going to focus on one question, and the question is how to feel more understood by the people closest to you. So a few things come to mind, right? For a lot of people who have immigrant parents, not everyone, of course, because this doesn't apply to every single person, but generally speaking, especially in an Asian household, most Asian households, it is hard to get to say what you need to say or do what you need to do all the time, because there's this hierarchy within the family and the culture of itself, right? In of itself. So typically the eldest, the parents, what they say go, what they're thinking is the right way, right? It's hard to dispute that, hard to have a conversation about that sometimes. Again, not for everyone, generally speaking. So it's hard when the dynamic is imbalanced like this, and this is the young adult, the child, and this is the caregivers. It is very difficult to speak up and have everything be balanced, right? So when we don't have that practice of sharing what it is that we're feeling, what we're thinking, like even question a decision or something that the other party is saying, it's very hard to get that practice in. And then we learn, internalize, meaning we adopt that to our self-belief about ourselves, about the world, that this is how things are. Like, I can't ask questions, I can't object, I can't speak up, I can't really offer alternatives, and that's not true. So how is that linked to being understood? So when we do not know that we could object, we could question, we could clarify, we could also share our thoughts even if they don't agree, and just have it be heard, or better yet, share our thoughts and have a compromise be reached, that's something we don't do. We won't have that practice if we don't know it's available to us. If it hasn't been available to us as young children, as young adults, or even currently, because we're not practicing it, right? We're not practicing that we need to say, or not that we need to, that we could say what we're thinking, what we're feeling. We could offer alternatives, we could offer suggestions, we could offer nothing even, right? So when we don't have that practice, it's very hard to also understand us. So when we don't understand ourselves, when you don't understand yourself, it's going to be really hard for other people to understand you. In college, I remember avoiding going to Subway because I didn't know what to order. I didn't know what they were going to ask me. I remember being nervous about well, what is that? I don't know what that is. And then do I tell them, do I like that? What do I tell them? What are they going to ask me? And being very nervous about saying what I wanted because I didn't know. And that's fair because I hadn't been to Subway before. So the practice then is to really think about first what you want, what you need, and what you may want to do. And that can be very, very hard. When we don't have the option to choose, or we haven't been given the opportunity to share, to choose, to even think about what our needs are, how are you then expected to be able to share that to other people? An example that I can think about is what do you want for dinner? When 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock rolls around, there's a common question asked of what do you want for dinner? I don't know. So something we can do is just decide. Today I want tacos. But like making that decision, right? Instead of like, I don't know, what do you want? What do you want? If a question's being asked to you, what do you want for dinner? What drink do you want? Which shirt do you like? Make that decision. So you got to practice. You've got to practice making decisions and sharing what you are thinking and feeling, even if it's just to yourself, to have that practice to know what you want. And then you can feel understood more by the people closest to you because you are sharing with them what you want and what you need. Now, the second part of that is, well, what if you do know, I do know what I want, you know what you want, but the people closest to you still don't understand you? Well, it depends, right? Of course. Do you want to keep trying? Do you want to try different ways to get this message across, to help them understand you better? Or is it just you want to say what you want to say and have it be heard? You don't need them to quite understand you. You just want them to hear you. And then the third part is, can they understand you? That one's a little harder to answer. And that might be something you have to like deep dive into, which is something I teach in my program. In our coaching space, we talk about how to really accept and also reflect on what it is that we need from other people. And if other people can't do that for you, how do you do that for yourself? Right? So if you're interested and if that's something that you want to dive deeper into, of course, you can join my program, and there will be links to the show notes for the waitlist or to actually join if it's available now. But it really is just deciding what it is that you need, right? So the first step is to really, do you even know what you want? What do you want people to understand about you? Do you understand this about yourself first? And then how do we share that with other people? And what do we do if they actually don't understand you? Do we keep trying to change how we're saying it, what we're saying, to get them to understand? Or is it that we actually need them to just hear us, right? Like actually hear what we're saying. And a response to something that people can hear what you're saying but not agree with you is, if you wanted tacos for dinner tonight and they just don't. I don't really want tacos. I don't understand why you like that place. It's not good, and I think it's a waste of time to go there because it's so far. I really don't want tacos tonight, and I think we should get XYZ. So that is them hearing what you're saying but not agreeing with you. Them understanding you would be, I know you really wanted tacos tonight, and I know that you like their carne asada and your fries, but I really don't want to eat that today because it's going to be really heavy on cheese and I just don't want it tonight. Can we have it another night? I know that you've been craving it, but I really need this, right? They're actually understanding why you want the thing that you want, and they're acknowledging it. So you see the difference there? So the part where they can actually acknowledge and understand why you wanted tacos for dinner, you have to share that, right? You have to be able to tell them, hey, I really want this thing, and this is why. I've been craving carne asada. So when you want to feel more understood by the people closest to you, there's different levels that you can think about, right? 1, do I understand myself? 2, do they hear me? Did they hear what I said? Even if they don't agree with me? Or do you need to give them more descriptions to actually understand what you're saying and what you're feeling? Let me know if this is helpful. I talk about different tips and tools in my email community as well every week. So if you want more questions answered, you can go ahead and join the email list. It's at heyalisonlee.com/email. All right. Well, I'll see you there, and take care. Thanks for listening to the show. I appreciate you being here. Just as a reminder, all information on this is intended to be informational and educational only. Although I am a licensed therapist, I am not your therapist. If you are looking for any medical or mental health services, please reach out to providers local to your area and seek out information that is specific for you. This information is not intended to replace any medical or mental health services that you may benefit from. And I hope that you enjoyed the information that was provided on the show today, and I'll see you on the next episode.